Hey guys, I know I make a lot of Patriots content, but when I watched the Celtics game last night, this is being recorded the day after, the day after the Raptors and Celtics game. That game made me so depressed. If you guys want a Celtics video on what I think is going wrong with the Celtics, drop that down in the comments below. But in this video, I'm going to be reacting to your Patriots predictions for this offseason. Now, if you guys don't know where these predictions came from, I asked people that watch my TikToks to leave predictions down in the comment section on TikTok. Now, honestly, if you don't follow my TikTok and you're watching this, don't worry about that because TikTok is probably getting banned. So moving forward, if I'm doing something like this, if I'm going to ask you guys for predictions or hot takes or anything like that, it will either be on my Twitter or on another platform. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But before we get into this video, give it a fat like and hit the subscribe button if you are not yet subscribed. With TikTok getting banned, I'm going to try and push out some fire content on YouTube. So make sure you're subscribed. Turn the notifications on. We're going to try and get a lot of shit done here. And without further ado, sorry for ranting, but now we're going to get into your Patriots offseason predictions. First prediction is T. Higgins and Trey Smith. Very bland to start off. Not bad predictions. Two very top free agents. Trey Smith, a top guard in the NFL on the Kansas City Chiefs. T. Higgins, a top free agent wide receiver on the Cincinnati Bengals. If the Patriots really wanted to get those types of players, they would have to throw a bag at both of them. I don't know if it's worth it to throw a bag at both these players. If you throw a bag at one of these players, then you're probably in the right direction. Next predictions coming from Nick, and another very bland one, just to get A.J. Brown. I could see it. Mike Vrabel has the connection with A.J. Brown. He was a wide receiver with Mike Vrabel on the Titans, and we all know how that went. So honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if Mike Vrabel wants to reunite with A.J. Brown. All right, adjusting my webcam for this one. This one's coming from I'm Waldo 10. People need to understand this isn't Madden. The Patriots are in no position to sign top talents. They'll sign a load of depth pieces and a few new starters. I 100% agree with that. Like what I just said earlier, T. Higgins might be the only splash that they do, if any. But I think it's just going to be a bunch of depth pieces. So I wouldn't necessarily expect the Patriots to just sign all these big names in free agency. And then Waldo adds, people need to understand that T. Higgins and Trey Smith will most likely stay away from us. But it is highly likely that T. Higgins and Trey Smith might stay with their teams or just not want to come here in general, which completely fair. From Jackson, with the number 4 overall pick, Abdul Carter, then get O and D line, wide receiver, corner in the draft in later picks, sign free agent wide receiver Higgins, or make a trade for one, sign free agent O-line Smith or Stanley, rebuild done. Wow, Jackson, might as well make you the general manager. I really do like the Abdul Carter pick, and I know I've already read through some of these. A lot of people have Abdul Carter getting taken in the draft. I like Abdul Carter. I love Abdul Carter. If he's available at 4, I 100% agree the Patriots need to take him. There is also the chance that Abdul Carter might not even be available at 4. Shockingly, the teams ahead of him, like the Browns, Giants, or even Titans, are in the contention to take Abdul Carter, which is insane to think. Oh, Abdul Carter and then get offensive, defensive, wide receiver, corner draft, and late picks in the draft. Okay, I understand this now. Next comment is from Kanye West. I think we should sign T. Higgins and try to get Chris Godwin in the offseason. So we have good weapons for Drake May, and for the draft we'll get Will Campbell so we can protect Drake May getting sacked. I agree with T. Higgins. I generally don't think Chris Godwin will not go anywhere else but Tampa Bay. So that one's a little bit more unlikely. But I like the T. Higgins part, of course. Will Campbell at number 4 might be a little bit of a reach. Maybe if we trade back, we'll take Will Campbell. They're saying he might be more of a guard than a tackle. But any help for Drake May would definitely help for sure. Sign T, draft Abdul Carter, and then an O-line in the 2nd round. Hire Josh McDaniel. I don't know why they didn't hire him back after he got fired from the Raiders. He made Mac Jones look like a Pro Bowler. Well, I think they didn't hire Josh McDaniels back after he was fired from the Raiders because Bill was also fired from the Patriots after the season ended that same year. And then, of course, we brought in Gerard Mayo, and we're trying to go in a completely different direction. So I think Josh McDaniels coming back for Gerard Mayo, also with Gerard Mayo being the head coach, I don't think it would have made sense. Now I could 100% see us bringing back Josh McDaniels to be our offensive coordinator. That I 100% see. Next up, we got Aiden, sign T. Higgins, Trey Smith, Byron Murphy, or another cornerback. Alaric Jackson and draft Abdul Carter. Xavier Watts, Marcus Mabau, Matthew Golden, Jalen Royals, and Jordan James also get McDaniels, offensive coordinator, Saleh, defensive coordinator. It looks like Saleh will go to the 49ers. This is definitely a lot to ask for the Patriots to do in free agency. Again, chances are we're probably only going to get one of these. Again, love drafting Abdul Carter. Love that. I don't know if these are more draft names, so I haven't done that much more research on like later picks in the draft. Really, I've only been set on the first round as of right now. Next one is coming from Brett. I can see the Patriots grabbing an O-lineman or two in free agency and hopefully grabbing a receiver like T, and then either take Abdul Carter or trade back for some value next season. I like this, Brett. This is a good prediction. I can see them grabbing two O-linemen in free agency for sure. One either being a starter and then one being a bench piece, and then T. Higgins making that splash in free agency. This is 100% possible. And then taking Abdul Carter and trading back, that 100%. This is a good prediction, Brett. Thank you. Re-signings Zimenez, Hooper, Ellis, Equale, Hawkins. Signings T. Higgins, offensive guard Mekhi Becton, BJ Hill. Okay. So, re-signings, I agree with Hooper, Ellis, Equale, Hawkins, maybe. Zimenez, he's just dealt with too many injuries. I don't know if they'll bring him back. I guess depending on how much money you can get him for, maybe. Signings, T. Higgins, that's number one there. Mekhi Becton, I'd be a little bit surprised with this one. He might go back to Philly. I'd be a little shocked with this, but I like that people were starting to, there's more, different ones, so I'm liking this. I like BJ Hill as a free agent. I do like that. So thank you for that one. And then in the draft of Abdul Carter, number 4. Yep, 100% if he's there. And then number 38, Trey Harris. 3rd round, Emory Jones Jr. and CB Denzel Burke. He's the only name I do know. Again, outside of the first round, I don't really know what they should do. But eventually, as I do more research, I will know. And then he added more to it. I don't think the Pats will use up every single penny, but they'll focus on filling up all the gaps to the best of their ability. I think with Vrabel in the building, Abdul Carter is the pick. I 100% agree with this part. 100% agree. And also the fact that they won't use every single penny. They won't. Get Godwin, AJ Brown, or T. Higgins. Get Jeffrey Simmons to help the D-line. See, I understand where you're going with the Jeffrey Simmons thing, and of course the familiarity with Mike Vrabel. I strongly don't think the Titans are going to give him up. I strongly don't think that. Again, I like the prediction. I would love Jeffrey Simmons as a Patriot. I just can't see that happening. AJ Brown, that would be the only big trade I could see the Patriots doing. We can't do AJ Brown and Jeffrey Simmons in the same offseason. We can't do that. Banks or Campbell and grab a D end in the 2nd round. This wouldn't be bad for the draft. I wouldn't be mad at it. But again, with Campbell or Banks, I wouldn't necessarily take them with the 4th overall pick. Draft Abdul Carter, can't miss him. Bland, but true. Think the pick Abdul Carter 4th, and depending on if they focus on O-line or wide receiver in free agency, they pick the opposite in the 2 following rounds. That's not a bad prediction, G-Money. Thank you. Landon. Honestly, I'm not positive or anything what we will do, but I got us trading for A.J. Brown, trading back a few spots, getting extra picks, and taking Will Campbell. I think we're picking up Jeffrey Simmons as well. Trading back a few spots and taking Will Campbell, I like that if you're taking Will Campbell. Again, it's just depending on what they would get for picks and stuff. But honestly, that's definitely a possibility. I could see that 100%. The trading for AJ Brown or Jeffrey Simmons, it's one of the two. They can't physically do both. I think we get a uniform change. 100%. I think that is 100% coming this offseason. This one's from Owen. I saw from a Patriots news account on IG that Vrabel might try and get AJ Brown, and I am so down for that. I'm hoping we solidify at least the left side of the offensive line, if not the whole thing. AJ Brown thing's been a huge topic. I'm assuming that's probably what most of these other ones say. I'm hoping we solidify at least the left side of the offensive line, if not the whole thing. I think they'll definitely get some pieces to start either in free agency or the draft. They'll get some pieces on the offensive line, and then they might just have to build on the other parts. From Trey with a bunch of numbers after his name, sign T. Higgins, make the O-line better, and get better wide receiver. And I think we'll go, oh, wait, he means 10 to 9 wins, maybe? I can see that maybe. Oop. Says, hopefully get T or Godwin, build the O-line, and maybe Josh Sweat, pick up Campbell or Banks, and then take Sawyer. I guess Sawyer's another name in the draft too. Josh Sweat, all right. That would be a nice pickup. Not a bad prediction. David is not too sure, but I hope they sign T, get some O-line help in free agency, so we draft Tet or Abdul Carter. Love it. And says sign a wide receiver in free agency, T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Deebo Samuel, etc. Or trade for one, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, somebody. Sounds about right. There's more. Then pick up tackle in free agency, Ronnie Stanley, Cam Robinson, then sign a guard, Will Fry, Trey Smith, then sign a secondary. Wow. Either go wide receiver route, Tet McMillan. Or they go with tackle, Kelvin Banks, or Will Campbell, then someone in there should be draft people like Walter Nolan or Cam Bababoo. Not that many bad options, though. Sign Higgins, offer him 30 mil or more. If we need, offer Trey Smith a bag. Maybe bring back Gilmore. I'm not opposed to that. And then draft Abdul Carter at 4. And either draft tackle in the 2nd or Matthew Golden. I wouldn't be opposed to that. This one coming from TikTok Spooks. The Patriots will trade the 4th overall pick and Kendrick Bourne to the Eagles. And in return, we get A.J. Brown and the Eagles' 1st-round pick. With the fourth pick, the Eagles will get Abdul Carter. Oh, so the Eagles will also get our 1st-round pick? I can see us offering our 2nd-round pick and more picks for A.J. Brown, but we're not giving up the 4th overall pick. But maybe they would offer a 1st-round pick in another year's draft, but definitely not the 4th overall pick this year. But again, I like the hypothetical trade, though. All right, last one's coming from NFL Edits. Draft O-line, sign T. Higgins, and probably go like 7-10 or 9-8. Honestly, I wouldn't be mad with that. 7-10, 9-8. At least we would be competitive, at least in the hunt for the playoffs. Not that bad. Not that bad. All right, that will do it for me reacting to your Patriots offseason predictions. Again, if you like this video, like it and hit the subscribe button for more content just like this. I don't know when this video is going to be out, to be honest. It might be out Friday, Thursday. I don't know. I have no idea. But I hope you enjoyed it and have a good night.